Checkity check, check, checkity check, check. That seems too loud. Checkity check, check, checkity check, check. That looks about right. Hey guys, this is Mark Black. Looks like we're doing it. We live streaming. That's what we doing, baby. All right, so this is Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music. And this is our Improv Workshop hour, meaning my. This is my Improv Workshop. Today's the 17th day of January 2023, and I want you to have fun, and I want you to be awesome. Have fun and be awesome. So in the Improv Workshop, we're trying to learn and get better at improvising and ad-libbing, making stuff up, making songs, cool songs up. So for just, by the way, for information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com, and there's information there about lessons as well as ways to contact me. And if you got questions, now really, hey Jeffrey, you should drop them in whatever this chat thing is. Drop your questions in the chat thing. But if you're seeing this, which a lot of people watch this, after it's over, send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. And the format here is we're not just ad-libbing, we're trying to learn. So last week I think I went a little too much talking about trying to explain what we're doing. It seems like it was a bit complicated. I can't recall exactly, but I know I spent too much time talking and not enough time letting everybody ad-lib. But we're not just ad-libbing, we're trying to, give instructions. So it's like, hey, here's a scale to use, here's how to alter that scale just one note so now it fits better, or now it fits in this other style. So I'm adding ideas and methods and stuff, and we're all learning. For example, today, and please make note of this. I don't play the mandolin that much today. I'm going to ad lib on the mandolin, so it's what a super cool sound, and it'll be okay, but it won't be amazing. So I'm learning, So anyway, if you got a request for a style or for me to ad-lib on a particular instrument more, or please don't do that again, or anything like that, just drop that in the chat or send me an email. And if you like this, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you know. What you know is you gotta click notifications. You gotta subscribe. You gotta hit like. You gotta put comments in there, and mostly for me, I want you to share. Share this with somebody. Say, hey, I checked out this fool on a YouTube, and you ought to do it too. So that's what you should do. So so please send other people. It'll be very helpful, and I enjoy doing it. So our guidelines on this. Now you should have an instrument, or you can sing. I'm going to sing today. Today I'm going to sing, which I sing. I'm a vocalist. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the idea of. Most people don't think of the voice as something that improvises, and of course, the first time something is sung or done it is all improvisation. Whether it's improvised as it comes out, we hear it and go, oh, let's do this, or it's in the head and you're going like, I think I should really do this. So you should have your instrument ready to play, or even if you're singing, including. So, and there's links in the description of this video that say. That link to all of the charts. It helps to see the chart because you see, here comes that chord change. Oh, that's an A minor chord. And you may know or may not know, but you'd like to learn the A minor chord, for example, just an example, as an A, a C, and an E. So those will be the strongest notes in whatever scale we're doing because that chord is being played with those notes. So the charts help you. And then there's another sheet that has the keys for each how to play in the key of F, how to play, in this particular case, today we're playing in A natural minor and C natural minor. So there's a chart that says how to play in those keys, including transposed for guitar and bass, as well as for C and E flat instruments, which covers the bases. And if they don't cover you, got to send me an email and say, am not covered because I'm playing the French horn. So anyway, so shoot your questions in immediately. Don't wait around. If you're confused, send it right away. So I can go, oh, well, that's because you were doing this, and this is how to make it work. And don't be put off by styles and songs you don't like. What you should do, like I'm thinking about this first thing, it is straight up bluegrass. Very, very sweet. If you don't play an instrument, either you don't like that, whether you play an instrument that does that, or you're like, well, I'm playing, trying to think of something, a trombone. That'd be interesting. But what you should do is you should say, well, how can I improvise better? How can I make up a solo even better, so good that it even makes this lame style, or that this doesn't quite fit my instrument, and make it good? That's what you should be doing. So, and then, we switch styles. So the next one is it's actually what we would have called hard rock back in the 70s. Not that aggressive now, but it's a pretty fairly aggressive rock. So you learn a lot when you play along with other instruments, because your instrument doesn't do so and so well, and it has trouble with this, and so you hear somebody do something, you go, I hadn't thought about that. And the same thing with styles. It's like, jazz, for example, uses mostly 7-note scales. You can use pentatonic blues, but it sounds better with the 7-note scale. So, for example, so you're in jazz and like, this doesn't quite sound right. Use a 7-note scale. You carry that over in other styles. Same thing. And so when I'm playing, so we're going back and forth. When I'm playing, don't play. I'm telling you, don't noodle around. Not because I'm so important or so amazing. It's because you're thinking, you're gathering your chi. You're becoming a laser beam of music. So you're like, hey, I'm fixing what do I want? He's doing this, and that was pretty cool. Or whatever he does, whatever I do, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do something different, But you're thinking in the time you've got that I'm playing, and then in the second part, as soon as I finish, you jump right in, including you're not quite ready, because it's like you've only got say 8 measures or 16 measures depending on what we're doing, and the first thing we'll do is listen to the chord progression, and that's what you should do when you're ad-libbing, when you can, is you should listen, and it's like, oh, here's where it changes. And you absorb, and I'm talking about orally absorb those sounds. And it's good to have the chart, and you go, okay, that's an F, that's an A minor. But I'm telling you, lots of people will hear those sounds with their eyeballs, and they're not getting it with their ear balls. And so you need to be hearing and anticipating those changes so your solo bleeds right in seamlessly into those chord changes. So, so let's see. So, and the first song we're doing is in A minor. And so what that means is that it's using only the notes of the C scale, and it doesn't change key. Now, it does have one chord out of, 2 chords out of 16 that are the same chord. That changes one note, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then our second song, it stays in C minor. So what I'm saying is, when you hear a song that's too hard, either the next song is easier, or you could go back and find one of our songs that is easier. Hey, Jeffrey's got a peace sign and a guitar and a peace sign and a piano. So there you go. So if you're stuck, can't think of anything to do, sing. So you sing along, sing slow. Nobody can hear you, right? So you're safe, and you're sitting there singing. It's like a doofus. But you're kind of giving yourself, because there's a much shorter interface. There's a long interface from your brain, hear that, and you go, okay, that, and it goes out to the end of your hands, gets to your guitar, long way, but it's very short. And I don't mean physically short. I mean the connection. There's not a lot of actualization to be done. To go from I hear this sound, I'm hearing this sound now, and I go, ba, there's not much of that. Okay, now our first song is, I have named it Shove Lightly, which I know you're all excited to think about that. And there we go. Let's bring that up and let you see it real quick. Now, this doesn't matter. I'm going to bring this up. I'm saying you don't have to have this at all, not in the least, to ad-lib. But I want you to see it. So you're like, whoa, music's cool. I'm cool. Everything's cool. Can't get no cooler. Let me move that thing out in the middle of my head. Boom. Not gone yet. There it is. All right, there we go. So there's our song, Shove Lightly. You should have downloaded this. If I were you and everything we're doing, you should download and print. And unless I have 2 big monitors here, and I still don't have enough room. If I was doing it this thing, what I'm doing, if I was one of the participants, I would print it, because it's much easier to deal with. So let's listen to it. Here's the sound. And right now yes, you can follow with the chart that's in front of us, but the bigger thing and the more important thing is you're hearing the sounds. You're hearing the changes occur. And they're like, whoa, that's cool. It starts off in sad, kind of serious. Let's see how that volume is. Check, 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 check. I don't hear it yet. Let's try this. Let's start that over. I suppose you hear it minor. Let's see how loud that is. I'm gonna turn it down. Listen to this. Here's the note. Yeah. Just repeating. There's the G, A minor. There's the F. You're trying to anticipate. You hear those sounds? Yes, they're happening every 4 beats. Here comes that funky chord. Check it out. Check this out. You weren't expecting that. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I'll leave this view. I had a view where you could see the mandolin. Okay, we're on the next to last line. Try to see a little bit more of this. Now this isn't going to be amazing. I'm just hanging in there, right? All right. That seems a little bit loud. Okay. Okay. Your turn. Go. This is all in the C scale or the A minor scale, except for that last chord. It's you. Make some cool sounds. All right, now it's my turn. Now here's the 5th line. Your turn. Mm-hmm. Make that cool. Make it cook. Make it something. Now I want you to keep going. Actually, I want us to stop. Just real quick. Now, that on that E, if you're looking at the chart, is an E7. That note, here's our scale. That's right. That's A natural minor, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now, to make that chord, we need to change our G to a G sharp. There's a G, right? That G sharp is necessary to make that chord. So that builds tension. So in your playing, at the end of every 8 measures, there's the note instead of the G is the G sharp. Don't think of that as anything other than that. So think I'm playing the notes of the C scale and it sounds great, it sounds kind of dark, or you know a little bit more. I'm playing the notes of the A natural minor, same notes as the C, but starting on A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then everybody, when you get to that E at the end of every 8 measures, you change that G to a G sharp, or you don't play any Gs. That's your choice. So that'll capture that really cool sound that you want without messing with your brain. Now, you get the top. So now I'm getting, so we're at the top and you're soloing. Here you go, you. Such a cool sound. Now let's try some repeated notes. My turn. turn. Okay, the next last line is my turn. Your turn. That's the second line. There's the G. There comes my turn. Yeah, go. Your turn on the F. Gotta jump in. You can make mistakes. You can think. You can pause. Just don't wait to start. That's all I'm saying. Now this time, I'm going to start higher in my pattern because I want to make a little bit bigger splash. Your turn to the top. Okay, you keep going this time. Another A minor. Third line. All right, now I'm going to take over on line 5. Your turn. At the top. No, the bottom. Doesn't matter. We're at the bottom. Yeah. Now we're at the top. Let's play straight up scale. Your turn. A lot of different instruments would sound really good on this song. Okay, I'm taking the F part just because, switching up. Your turn. Okay. Now we're not done or anything on this song, but I just want to make sure, and again, hopefully new people are coming in, or you may not get it. Let me just say that the body of modern soloing, where's my pipe? The body of modern soloing is the major scale or 7-note scale. We could start it on A, For example, A minor. That's a 7-note scale with either half steps or whole steps. So that's a major scale. That's all the modes. 7-note scales. But we just look at it. I want you to look at it because I want you to see it's simple. Either major or natural minor. The same notes, just arranged differently. So that's number one. Number two is the pentatonic scale. Forget that this is a mandolin. Just the sound. 5 notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this note is a repeat of the first one. And offhand, I've heard people say that this sounds Irish, it sounds Asian. But you put the music behind it. It is the foundation of soloing, modern soloing, pop soloing, rock soloing for the last 40, 50 years, country soloing. And then the third one, so that's a 5-note scale, pentatonic. So it's a 7-note scale, and then a 5-note scale, and a 6-note scale, which is, we'll use a blues scale. We're just adding a note into the pentatonic scale. Or here. So, and again, that gives it a little punch. That doesn't make it better. It just makes it a little meaner. Or Smilex. That's just the blues scale. I mean, like math, it's the blues scale. I mean, like hey, stop that. That thing restarted. I'm saying, you don't want to be creative. You don't want to know nothing about getting into it. You just want to play the song. It's just a list of notes. In this particular key. So the major scale, the 7-note scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, starting on the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. The pentatonic, A, C, D, E, G, 5 notes. And then the blues, A, C, D, E flat, that's the blue note, E natural, and G, 6 notes. So I'm just saying you should be using those, including if you don't know, you need to email me to get more info. But that gives us, if we do skips like the pentatonic and blues scales do, it's exciting and interesting because there's gaps. We weren't expecting that. And if we do the 7-note scales, it's like there's more things available to us. I have no idea where you're fixing to start. Pick it up. Go. My turn. Your turn. Okay, we're on the 3rd line. Comes that G sharp note, 1 note. Now you keep going, We're on the F. Okay, it's my turn. 1, 2, my turn, start. At the top. Oh. My turn. Your turn. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, now let's do a scale backwards. Your turn. Line 3 is my turn. Your turn, the F. Line 5. Just if you're looking at the chords. Your turn. Your turn, F. Keep going. You're going to take it home. This is a piano. This is all white keys, right? Except for that one G sharp, which comes up right now. G sharp, black key, right there. Okay, so just to mention it, many of the songs that we play can be. I'm not trying to say. I didn't mean to say that. Many of the songs that we play, the scales that we play, as that. We can see those scales. Yes, they are a completely separate scale. Like A Dorian is not the same as A natural minor or A harmonic minor or A Phrygian. They're not exactly the same. But we can look at those, and I'm talking about pentatonic and blues and all these kind of things. You know, as you all know, as you all know. You know, it's easier to learn something when you know some of it already. So, for example, done studies and you hold a page of Russian in front of people. The alphabet's not the same. People can't remember any of it. But then you hold something that's got, 2/3 of it is words that you understand, then it's easier to remember the things that are changed. So anyway, so the point is, remember when you're learning and trying to do this stuff, we're trying to relate it to things that you already can do. That's why we learn a scale pattern, a scale itself, a scale pattern on a guitar or bass or something. So like my fingers, they know how to do this, and I can take that and apply that and get to a new version, a better, the fact that I know such and such a way to hold my fingers means, I can just change one little thing and now I got this new thing. So anyway, I'm just encouraging you that here's this super cool song and different little scales. And I'm telling you, at the end of the 8 measures, like taking that little G, instead of looking at it like that, yes, you could look at that scale and say, well, I'm going to play uh, you know, I forgot which of the diminished scales over it, or the super Locrian over it, you know. But another way to do it is just to say, I'm already playing these notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, and change the G to D sharp, and that will sound very good, which is, again, it's harmonic minor, but it produces these notes and it sounds cool. So if we can do something that just a little change gets us in the running and it sounds good and gets us started, that's what you should do. And then you can build on into the other amazing, super amazing, incredible. How can anybody do that stuff later? Okay, now the next song we're doing is named La 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 Land. And so let's see it. And I'm going to sing on this song. Let me pull up that chart because I want you to see that as well. And yeah, there it is. La 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 Land. Yep. All right. There we go. And there that is. Let's make that a little smaller. Don't you worry. I'm going to get my face over here. It's going to be amazing. Get ready. Here comes the face. Oh, look at that. Well, he's only over there. Now I'm going to sing on this song, I believe. And here's what it sounds like. Let's jump on over to that. And here it is. You're following the chords almost. When I say they don't matter, they matter. They matter a lot. If you're playing the chords, if you're the rhythm player, chords will match completely. You got to get them right. But in terms of your solo, this whole solo is pretty much in C harmonic, C natural minor, and which is just the notes of the E flat scale. Ba 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 ba. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. And then if we follow the ideas, I'm just listening to, here's the slidey part. There's the A flat, G. And here's the build. All right, it's building up, coming up. Get ready. And comes home and home. And again, when you're doing this, you're not saying with your brain, hey, that's home. You're saying, hey, home would be ba, 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 ba. To make a C minor chord, we need a C, an E flat, and a G. And if there is yes a purpose for doing the chords. If there is a purpose, the purpose is actually there is a purpose, yes. And so, for example, you can there's the B flat. So the B flat, the notes in the B flat are B flat. It's written B flat, and then it's just thirds, right? B flat, skip C, D. Skip the E flat, F. B flat, D, F is a B flat chord. A G chord is G, says G, you should read it. Then you're just adding thirds on top of G. Skip the A, B, skip the C, D, G, B, D. And the notes of this, actually, since they're power chords, because I was trying to make it rocky, it really, missing the thirds is really just G and D. That's why it sounds kind of tough. So anyway, so this scale, and you, if you got your scales, chart for this, the 6 pentatonic pattern, 6 on the with your first finger on the 8th fret, which is a C, or you can play these notes. So all of the notes in that scale will sound great. So I'm going to sing right now just to make this point for us. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna start over because I want you. So I'm just going to go ba ba. I'm just going to play the C minor. Da 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 dee 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 do 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 da 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 dee 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 do do. Now I'm gonna do the pentatonic. Ba 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 ba. C, E flat, F, G, B flat. Ba 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 ba. C minor pentatonic, da 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 da. Just letting you hear what it sounds like on any instrument and the voice. Now I'm gonna do the blues. Go ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. I forgot it's A, so that's one. Ba 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 ba. voices, you're going to do that. I'm going to let you start. I'm going to let you go all the way through. See what that works. Here it comes. And C. 1, 2, 3, go. C minor. Here's the third line slidey part. Sing. Bum 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 da do do da da. Beep ba da ba do. We did da da. Beep ba ba da 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 do. Oh oh la 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 la. Bum bum ho ho. Ba da 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 da. Oh ba da da da. Da, da, your turn, ready, go. Half step part. My turn. If you are trying to sing, a couple of things I'd want to make a point for everybody, because we're going to learn, right? Not just ad-lib, but also learn. So if I was actually doing this on a gig, for a recording, for a concert, I need words, right? And the extent of a regular rock pop song would be to need some words. When I say words, I'm not talking about writing a lyric. I'm saying I would need to be going, you know, this is the end of the song. I'm going. At the end of the song, I'm going something like, baby, baby, Lord, don't you know I love you? End of my song. I said, baby, 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 that I love you. Oh, honey. And I'd be done. And I went, oh, honey, you are the one for me. The one for me. I've been sick. Yeah. So the first thing I want to say was I have been sick for 6 weeks. This is the first I've sung yesterday, today. And I don't know if we'll see if I can recover from that tiny little thing. But so far it's been kind of debilitating. So the first thing I want to say, for this to be real, if I was a song, I'm not talking about this. I'm practicing. I'm making up stuff, right? So this is great because I'm having to do it a bunch, making up all kind of stuff. If it was real, the end of a song, fills, licks in the middle of the song, at the end of the song, it would need words and pretty cool words, but just not like, you know, intricate words, just more like, you know, hey, hey, yeah, yeah, you know, seriously, anything like that. Making that comment. We need some words to make it intriguing. And then we already talked about the scales. And then just to mention, in jazz, it's called scatting. You could take an entire chorus, you know, and solo like that, scatting. I haven't really heard, can't think of any rock pop person doing it. They mostly feel. So this is very good for improvising with your voice. Is very good for developing all kinds of sounds that would seem cool to you that you could use in your instrument playing, number one. Number two, totally filling you full of notes to sing for riffs and things, licks, fills, ends of song kind of things. And then what? What is the third thing? Is that it? And then, well, there is scanning. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to take you and you get to go. Here we go. Go. this as a build-up. Trying to build your solo. Here it comes. Almost there. Trying to be at the top, and you go. As a blues scale. You. Do something with this part. Don't just listen to it. What can I do? Match it? Fight against it? To build up? So, you know, if we're back in the days of the hair metal, which is a lot of really cool music there. Forget how those people look. But what I'm saying is, here's this sort of a stadium rock kind of thing. Nothing wrong with this, and I don't subscribe to attacking all the music I don't like. I don't agree with that. Rather, we should find what we like in the music we don't like. So anyway, so a lot of epicness in a lot of these sounds. So here's this big bit, da, 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 and you, ad-libbing, are saying, what can I do? I'm not kidding. I'm on a flute. I'm on a banjo. On a ukulele. You know, well, what I'm saying is I'm on an instrument. Say I'm on the guitar. It doesn't matter the instrument. How can I reflect this? Well, one of the things this kind of sound would be a guy, stereotypical would be a guy hitting a wee, 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 really high note over this change, and it would, because here's the motion, da, 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 and you're holding the screaming high note. Sounds very dramatic and leads us back to the top. And see that he gets kind of cool. Start low. See what I do. Now this is how I'll be going. Baby, don't you know I love you? And I said, hey, what you say? Your turn. Take another one. Stop it. Okay, so that song was all in the same key, just for the people who are a little further along, except for my one chord, the home bass. I used a minor to define, hey, this is my... If we use power chords, I'm just mentioning, power chords, these are all power chords. There's only 2 notes in a power chord. They sound sound very wimpy on the piano. Here's yeah, let's turn it on. What do you think? Doesn't sound tough at all. Sounds tough on a distorted guitar. Sounds tough and cool, like whoa, this is aggressive, and a very good thing. So, but they have no third. That means they're not defined. The major minorness of them. The only difference between a major C major chord and a C minor chord is the middle note, the third. It's called the third, and whether it's just by the way, E or D flat. So these chords have no third. They don't actually. They're not actually major or minor chords. So anyway, if you listen to me adlib, I'm just by the way, I know there's some nitpicky person who'll be like, I heard you sing C harmonic minor. And I did sometimes, a couple of times, because there's no defined B in this. There's no B in this, the middle of this chord, which normally has a B or a B flat, major or minor. It doesn't. So sometimes, most of the time I sing a B flat, sometimes I sing a B. Okay, that's a little sub point. Now listen, guys, I believe that you can be great. I believe that you can be good musicians. So, and ad-lib and mostly enjoy and be hitting it. You know, baby, that is what I wanted to hear. And guess who played it? Me. I did it myself. So I want to encourage you to be encouraged. I want you to be encouraged to be a good musician. And it's stupid the number of things that I learned much older. You know, and not the preferable way to go, but I'll take it. You know. So anyway. So for more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com and poke around on that. And then if you have any questions, email me at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. And if you like I said, you got to like, you got to subscribe, you got to, be differential to me in public. We meet, you got to be like, oh, you're great. And you have to click the bell. You got to, no, please do those things. Please share. And comment about things and say, you suck or you're awesome or this is awesome. I love music. It's just cool, isn't it? So, anyway, so there is the thing. I enjoyed doing this with you. And as always, until I see you again, I want you to have fun.